On to you, Aries. So you have the the Justice, which is Libra, opposite zodiac sign, the Chariot, the Tower, the Four of Pentacles. Then you have the Death card, a lot of Mars energy, the Hanged Man, Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, excuse me, the Six of Wands, and then you have the Eight of Wands. So for you, Aries, right? Excuse me. For you, Aries, you have the Justice, the Chariot, and the Tower. So the Justice, right, which is Libra, opposite zodiac sign, Chariot, Cancer crafts, Tower, Scorpio, the Death card, Scorpio. A lot of Mars energy here. So for you, Aries, right, the Justice, the Chariot, and the Tower is about you. Really, things are going to get better for you. I see the Justice, right? Right? Since you left a lot of people's lives that wasted your time, wanted nothing to do with you other than waste your time, get on your nerves, try to get you to feel insignificant. You have the Chariot and the Tower, right? You started having the fun, and those people that wasted your time, their life started to, certain parts of their life started to get worse because they have to live with that, right? They have to live with the idea that they did you in. They disrespected you, right? They did not want to be there for you, right, when they should have. They had you in a relationship. They didn't respect you. So now you, Aries, are single, right? And you're doing your own thing. So that money bag that they were using you for, whatever it is that they were using you for, they understand how stupid it was because they lost you, they lost the money, okay? And I understand it's bigger than money, but you know, that's how they think. So they really now are having a problem finding other people to kind of do the same thing off of. So the Four of Pentacles is that they're thinking about you a lot. So they're determined. They may come back to you. They may try to come back to you because they're determined to make sure that they at the very least get another chance to talk to you, tell you how much it is that they miss you because they want to see you again, right? Because they want to get that bag. The Death card, however, represents how you, Aries, if and when they do decide to come back in the future, because this is for future tense, tell them, no, you're not going to be with them. As right now, they're really thinking about coming back. They're too prideful to actually give you a call. That's the only time where people do call you. You know what I mean? When, you know, they don't have this big ego. That's the only time when they do call you, you know, is when they want something from you or when they're trying to, quote unquote, apologize, you know, but because they want that bag from you because you, Aries, were the biggest bag they had, right? They could have went to other people, tried that with other people, but they was getting nothing, or you were the biggest bag that they could have gotten, right? They could have gotten the most money out of you, the most resources. So a lot of you Aries have to understand not to be so worried about that, right? If the person is going to waste your time, then the person is going to waste your time. You shouldn't feel bad about letting them go, okay? And when you let them go for good. You know, they didn't want anything real. They just wanted to waste your time in the first place. The Hanged Man, the Hanged Man, right, is about how, because it is a waste of your time for them, right? You know, you would be wasting your own time trying to talk to them. But the Hanged Man is about how you need to have patience. Okay, you need to have patience because the Six of Pentacles, things are still going well for you regardless, right? Financially, things are still going well. Health-wise, things are still very much so going well. The only thing for you is the Ten of Wands. Okay, Ten of Wands, right? The Ten of Wands is about how you're in a situation where the best thing for you to do is to leave them alone for good. You still may have some sort of regrets about not talking to them. You may even still miss them, right? You may still love them. But this is something that you really do have to watch out for, because that level of missing them, wanting them back, right, will have you going back to them in the first place. You don't want that, or you shouldn't want that, right? Because this propensity to go to be or to exist in dysfunctional relationships is why dysfunctional relationships continue in the first place. And not only that, but also why it is that you may end up getting your heart broken, right? Or anyone gets their heart broken. It's because, right, we'll go back to the people that disrespected us over and over and over again. So this is something that, we really have to watch out for. Do not worry about what it is that you're missing out on. If those people really could have showed you something good, they would have came back, and they would have, they would have came back and they would have shown you something better. That, the time that they had a chance to be with you, they would have shown you something better. They could have shown you who they were, right? Which was much better than what they did show you. But they showed you dysfunctionality, and they showed you that they only wanted you for the bag because that's who it is that they chose to be, right? Nobody was forcing them to do anything. So a lot of you Aries, excuse me, a lot of you Aries have to understand that. And the Six of Wands is about how you Aries, right? You need to move forward with your lives, and don't worry about this person in the past ever again. Don't worry about it, right? You can remember them as far as the lessons, but don't worry about them ever again, because what happens is you shouldn't care, because they're only good for leeching off of you. They're only good for wanting something, right? Coming to the table or approaching you with their handout, right? They want a handout. They want, some form of, payment or whatnot, just for being here, just for existing, right? More than likely, they don't have a job. And even if they do, they're probably going to come back to you, right, with their hand out, begging in the first place. And the thing is that you really want to be in a position, because that's the thing with the Six of Pentacles. You really want to be in a position to give and not in a position to take, because a position to give, right? This is why it says that it's better for you to give than for you to accept. Because if you're in a position, excuse me, to give, right, the person at the top that's raining down the money, the person at the top is rich. So you're in a position to give because you have it to give, right? As opposed to receiving it. And this is what I mean when I say that people who try to act like they're this big stuff, more than likely 9 chances out of 10, they're really not really on point, because they're in a position to take. They're at the bottom, right? They have to receive handouts, and they are at the mercy of other people. They have to go do this or go do that, but they're not in a position to give. They're always in a position to have to accept, have to take. So you just have to limit what you give, because they will never appreciate it. So don't give anything to them if they're not appreciating it, right? Because they're not in a position to give. And the audacity and the unmitigated gall that they have, right? Where they think that they're better than you, or they're arrogant, they're super confident. Now, meanwhile, they're in a position to take. They're not in a position to give. They're not this. They're not you. You're doing this. You were doing this to them. You were giving them. But they're trying to make it seem like they were better than you. How are you dysfunctional and proud of being dysfunctional and proud of just being a parasite to somebody? How are you proud of that? But the Six of Wands and the Eight of Wands represents just that. So you don't ever have to revisit this. This could have even been somebody that you were getting to know recently, okay, that you were just getting to know, that may have wanted something from you. So it doesn't even necessarily mean that it was somebody that you've known from the distant past and you were thinking about them. This could have been someone that you Aries was just now getting to know. And you realize how dysfunctional it was to be with them because, right, when you stopped talking to them, because they were so much alike the past people that you have gotten to know. All it is that they wanted from you was money or your body or how you looked or whatever. And they didn't really care to really grow with you, right, long term. They were just interested in what it is that you can give to them now. So they didn't see the bigger picture, right? So 8 of Wands, you want to be with somebody that will be with you long term. Let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the 6 of Wands. Matter of fact, let's clarify the 6 of Pentacles. Let's clarify the 6 of Pentacles. So to clarify, you have the 2 of Swords, 10 of Cups, 6 of Swords, and then you have the 10 of Pentacles. Right, because what this is that here they are with their arrogance. They think that, you know, somehow life is going to turn around from them. They'll be the ones to be higher than you. You know, that's where the arrogance, part of where the arrogance is coming from. But the 10 of Cups represents, they don't seem to understand that it's not going to work out the way that they thought it was, because they're too stupid to get out of their own way to understand that's not how life works. So the 6 of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles, right? The 6 of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles represents just that. It represents how, you know, they really need to come back down to reality and get their own bag, figure it out for themselves, financially, health-wise, because they're living in a delusional world. But will they ever snap out of it with that type of mentality and attitude? I don't think they will. So let's clarify the 6 of Wands. You know, right now they think that they've got everything figured out. That's the reason why they haven't come back with their hand out begging yet. So to clarify the 6 of Wands, you have the Moon, King of Swords, the Hierophant, the Hanged Man. So the best thing for you, Aries, to do is to ghost them if they were to try to come back. Ghost them, period, right? Just ghost them, right? Ghost them. Even if they ghost them now, even if they try to come back, still keep them ghosted. Don't talk to them. Don't interact with them. Don't do any of that type of stuff. The King of Swords, because your life has to move forward. Your life has to get better. So the Hierophant and the Hanged Man is about, so as a result of this, you really do have to pay attention to understanding that what you've got going on is way better than what those people have got going on, right? And that for you, Aries, don't fumble what it is that you've got going on, because most people don't get to live this life how it is that you're getting to live, right? So your existence is about how you have to pay attention. Your existence is special, so you have to pay attention to, I should say, from allowing people, or who you allow into your life. Don't allow everyone into your life, yo. Pay attention.